Hi, this is Mohammed from MathsPie.com, and today we're going to be doing solving quadratics with the Casio FX-991EX. Similar to another video that I did, which is factorizing quadratics with the calculator. This is just an extension of that where you would specifically be solving it. So the example is very similar, but let's go through an example of how to solve just with the calculator. Okay, here we go. So let's define a example. So let's take x squared minus 9x minus 22 is equal to 0, and we're going to solve this purely using the calculator, and I'll also show you what sort of working you would need to show to get full marks on any particular question where you would have been allowed to use your calculator. So here we're just going to go into our menu here, and we go down and we're looking for A, which is equation function. You want 2 for polynomial, and for quadratics you want degree 2. So let's fill in our coefficients. For our example, it's x squared, so that's 1x squared, negative 9x, and negative 22. So the calculator will give you solutions. The first solution there is x is equal to 11, and the second solution is x is equal to negative 2. So let's just make a note of that. Now what you want to do here is just leave a bit of a space and then write the solutions that the calculator gave you. X is equal to 11 was the first one, and to the right of it, x is equal to negative 2. So by working up the page, we'll be able to show our complete working. So taking first of all, x is equal to 11, all we want to do here is make that equal to 0. So subtract 11 from both sides will give us x minus 11 is equal to 0. That would be one of our factors, and in terms of our working, showing the factors or the factorized form would be sufficient for the amount of working you would need to show. We now have the second solution, which is x is equal to negative 2. Once again, make that equal to 0 by adding 2 in this case to both sides. So here I get x plus 2 is equal to 0, and then x plus 2 must be our second solution. Completing that, making that equal to 0, and that would be complete working. Now if you read down the page, that appears as though you had factorized it and then you had solved using your factors. So there's no hint sort of that you had used your calculator first here, and that would be totally acceptable. Okay, let's try it again for another example. So now let's do a bit of a harder quadratic. Let's say we have 5x squared, let's do a minus 10 on the end here, and we can do a plus 23x, and that's going to be equal to 0. So we're going to attempt to solve this once again just using the calculator. So this method is only going to work if the actual quadratic itself was you were able to factorize it. This would not work for an example that would give you a decimal answer or a surd answer. In those cases you should be looking to use the quadratic formula. So this is just only for the quadratics that you would have been able to factorize, and just by doing it on a calculator it's just going to make it a bit quicker, so you wouldn't have to have done the factorization yourself. Okay, so let's go through this example. So let's clear that. So for this one we want 5x squared, positive 23x, and then negative 10. So once again, the calculator is going to give us solutions. The first solution is x is equal to 2/5. The second solution is x is equal to negative 5. So once again, let's make a note of those solutions. So we'll take our two solutions. First of all, x is equal to 2/5, and x is equal to negative 5. Taking our first solution here, x is equal to 2/5. We just need to be a bit careful here. You can't have any fractions involved with your factorization here. So first of all, you would want to multiply both sides by 5. That will give us 5x is equal to 2. And then subtracting 2 here will give us 5x minus 2 is equal to 0. And that will be 5x minus 2 will be one of our factors. Taking the second solution, x is equal to minus 5. Just make it equal to 0 again. This one's quite straightforward. Just add 5 to both sides, giving x plus 5 is equal to 0. And that would mean that x plus 5 will be one of our factors. And that would be complete. We have shown the factorization, and we have shown the solutions that follow on from that. And that would be all you'd need to show. So thanks for watching. See you on the next video.